This is Dave Van Horn along with Russ Taylor back again at Jerry Park in Montreal, where the Expos have beaten the Padres 13-3. And Larry Linz, 23-year-old Californian, having his biggest night in the major leagues. Larry Linz, of course, has torn up the minor leagues as far as base-stealing records are concerned. He stole 96 bases at the Double-A level last year. He had 47 stolen bases in the few games he had played this year at the Triple-A level. And if I'm not mistaken, we'll just take a quick look at it here. He had something like 47 hits. He had 48 stolen bases this year with 47 hits. When Larry came up, they said, well, to steal in the major leagues, you've got to find a way to get on base. Find a way, indeed, he has. He's hitting close to 400 now with 15 hits in 39 at-bats, whatever that works out to be. He's had a grand night. He's got to be a very happy young man. Here he is with Russ Taylor.
Thank you, Dave. I know that Larry has to be extremely happy with his performance, a total performance tonight. Would you call that, Larry?
Yeah, definitely. Anytime you get 4 hits and make a few good plays in the field, it's got to be a total performance. And on top of that, the club won, so I'm happy.
Larry, just a few moments ago, Dave Van Horn was running over some figures. He said that when you came up to the big leagues, they said that it's all right with all these stolen bases that you've had in minor league baseball, Double-A ball 2 years ago, and or last year, I should say, and Triple-A baseball this year, but you still have to hit to get on. Well, you came through with 4 pretty good hits tonight.
Right, well, they've been telling me ever since I started stealing bases that you can't steal first base. And I know that, but I always managed somehow to get down there.
Well, I'll tell you, that bunt that you laid down was almost a steal of first base.
Well, when you get to third base and back, and you lay one down like that, 90% of the time you're going to beat it out.
Larry, in the 6th inning, you not only stole second, but you got right up and you stole third. I'd like to ask you, to what extent do you run on your own? I would imagine that your steal of second base is pretty well called, you're given the green light, or it's called by manager Gene Mock. But what about going from second to third?
Well, tonight, I think this is the first time I stole third since I've been up here. And this guy, he wasn't really paying much attention to me, so I just decided to take off. And I got a good jump on him, and I made it.
Larry, do you find that there's something you still have to learn about the major league pitchers as far as getting the right lead and getting the right jump?
Well, definitely, because, I've only seen each team about, one time, and you got to play a number of years, actually, with the same, people to get them down to a T.
Now, Larry, manager Gene Mock has been playing you at second base. Now, you're naturally a shortstop. Do you find this a difficult position to play?
For me,
maybe difficult isn't the way of putting it, but I would imagine it's more difficult for you in a way to play second base.
Yeah, it is, because that pivot over there is pretty tough. Sometimes that runner comes barreling down on you, and you don't even see him until he makes contact with you. And I've been playing shortstop really all my life. I played a little second in college one year, but that's about it.
Well, do the balls come at you any differently?
Well, you get a different view from the, every position is a different view from the ball. And the other night, I booted one. I didn't boot it, but I messed it up because I didn't read the ball right. I thought I was hit harder than it was, and as a result, Dale Thomas beat it out, and they got a run on it.
You're talking about that ground ball that was hit to second base. You did not charge it.
Right.
Larry, the 4 hits tonight, I know you have to be pleased with the 4 hits because you're a natural right-handed hitter and you're batting left-handed. To come up with 4 hits, your first 4-hit night in the big leagues, I'm sure it's pleased you.
Oh, it definitely has. I've only been switch hitting. This is my 2nd year. And I believe this is the best night I've had at the plate in my whole career as far as my switch hitting goes.
Larry, to what extent has Larry Doby been working with you to improve the hitting? Again, we go back to the opening question, that you can't steal first base. So you've been getting on. You got those 4 hits tonight, and you're hitting something like 360 or 370, so you're doing something right. To what extent is Larry helping you out?
Oh, every day I come out early. I come out about 4:30, and we go down to the cage and hit. I hit right-handed, I hit left-handed, and I work on my bunting, and we just talk about the game as far as, what I have to do to be a success up here. And he's helped me tremendously.
And I guess you pretty well have to content yourself on being, because of your size, lack of power, sort of a punch-and-Judy hitter, right? And really depend on your speed.
Right. Well, I just got to read the situation, and whatever the situation is, I have to, execute that. Like, the man on second base, I've got to get him over to third somehow, or, whatever.
Well, Larry, a terrific night for you. 4 hits, 2 stolen bases. You scored 3 runs. I know that you have to be tremendously happy with the performance, and we wish you the best of luck from here on in.
Okay, thank you.
My guest has been Larry Linz of the Montreal Expos, one of the stars in tonight's game. For appearing on the postgame show, Larry Linz receives a gift certificate from Dubonnet. That'll be a big hit with a lady in his life. Dubonnet is a product of McDonald Stewart Textiles Limited and makes terrific ladies' knits to please every taste. Well, the Expos win it tonight by a big margin over the San Diego Padres. Now, stay tuned, and Dave will be back in 1 minute to recap all the scores.
This is Dave Van Horn.
Is the fellow that's interrogating me.